Hello there you guys, welcome to another of my live videos, and today I'm just going to be officially updating you on some more current latest news. So lots to talk about on this video today. I'm going to give you the latest news on Ligt, also going to give you the latest news in regards to Romelu Lukaku and that, and going to give you the latest news on Juan Mata, and also lots of other things to currently talk about. So I'm going to give you some additional information of what's going on with Ligt. So as reports do currently say now that Manchester United are reportedly willing to offer Ligt around £14 million a year. I think that equates to around £250,000 a week. So this is what reportedly Manchester United are willing to offer Ligt. So would this be enough, to convince Ligt, to currently make the move to Manchester United? So reportedly Man United are willing to offer him around £14 million a year, which equates to around £250,000 a week. Reportedly, this is a figure that Barcelona are reportedly not willing to currently meet. So reportedly, could he make the move to Manchester United? I think Ligt is actually asking for more money. I think also his agent Raiola is asking for more current money. But initially, reflecting back, was it a couple of weeks ago, that Manchester United had offered him a contract worth around £12 million per year. But reportedly, this had been currently turned down by Ligt. But we do now reports do currently saying that is a supposed move to Barcelona has currently hit a stumbling block, because they're not willing to offer what currently Manchester United are willing to currently offer him in terms of wages, of course. But I think initially Ligt is valued at around £65 million. I think he's probably still. I still believe that Barcelona are still the leading contenders to currently get a deal over the line for Ligt. Obviously Ligt currently had made an admission, and I think from Ligt's perspective he does currently want to make the move to Barcelona this summer. And I think the main factor reason why he wants to make the move to Barcelona, because obviously his current teammate Frankie de Jong is going to be at Barcelona, and I think Ligt is keen on reuniting with him. Obviously in the last couple of days, Ligt has attracted interest from Liverpool, of course. Obviously Manchester City have expressed their interest in, because obviously Manchester City are looking for a replacement for Vincent Kompany. So potentially, yeah. So it did say Liverpool had expressed their interest. Obviously, Liverpool have opted out of the race now, because obviously Liverpool. I think the main factor reason why they were interested, because obviously they've got Virgil van Dijk, and obviously Virgil van Dijk and Ligt know each other really, really well. Obviously they're both Dutch. Obviously they both play in the Netherlands national team. But I think Liverpool now do realise that they don't need a current central defender. So I think Liverpool and Jurgen Klopp will focus on they'll identify other areas where they think they may need to strengthen up Liverpool. So they don't even need a current central defender. But I do believe that Ligt would be the right solution for Manchester United, because obviously we are in search for a central defender. We need someone that can go alongside Victor Lindelof in our back line. Ligt is very, very young. He's only 19 years of age. Obviously he's had 3 years worth of experience in Ajax's senior squad. Obviously made his senior debut at the age of 16, and so far he has spent the entirety of his career with Ajax as Ligt. So he has spent the entirety of his career so far with Ajax, of course. I think he's been an Ajax player since the age of 8, the age of 9, of course. But he has become an integral part of their team. But obviously, he can leave Ajax on a high. He can leave them on a high. Obviously, Ajax, winning the domestic double this season for the first time in nearly 2 decades, including the Eredivisie title. I think it was the first time they won the Eredivisie title since 2014. Obviously, Ajax, progressed to the Champions League semi-final. So yeah, I do really, really like Ligt. But obviously he's definitely going to be leaving Ajax. Obviously reflecting back a couple of weeks ago, Edwin van der Sar came out, who's currently the CEO of Ajax, and he initially confirmed that Ligt will be leaving. He did basically say that he'll either move to England or Spain. So it still remains uncertain, where Ligt will currently be going. But reportedly he's demanding more money. His agent Raiola is demanding more money. But Manchester United have come out and we are willing to offer him 14 million a season. So we have improved our offer, as it does explain today in the media. And I think this 14 million a year equates to around £250,000 a week. So could this be tempting to convince Ligt to currently come to Manchester United? But he is only 19 years of age. He's very, very tall as well, which is very, very beneficial. And he does currently lead his line very, very well. But I do believe if he comes to the Premier League, or he does currently go to Spain, it is going to take his career to the next level. Obviously he has got a lot of development in him as as De Ligt, as you all know. But Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as you all know, has worked out his transfer strategy for this summer. He wants to bring a number of young players in, that can grow, develop, and emulate into superstars, of course. And I do believe that De Ligt would be the right solution. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is not intending on bringing any short-term players to the club, and he still believes we can attract players to the elite level, even though we're not in a Champions League football for next season. And as I did currently say, there's a lot of players Manchester United's agenda. You can identify the areas where Manchester United are lacking, so you can see the deficiencies in the squad, and obviously we've got to resolve these problems in the summer. So basically, that's the latest news to give you an update on in regards to De Ligt. Obviously, breaking news in regards to Romelu Lukaku. I do also want to give you an update on. So obviously, we do know that Lukaku is probably one of the favourable players that's going to be leaving Manchester United in the summer. Obviously, he's been heavily linked to a move to Italy. Obviously, Lukaku came out a while back, and he was talking about his desire and his dream, to play in Italy. Lukaku. So I think he's keen on the move, to be quite honest with you. But now reportedly, this could be actually very, very beneficial for Manchester United. So now, according to reports, I think this is stemming from the Italian press, that reportedly Inter Milan are interested in Lukaku, and reportedly Inter Milan are willing to offer £30 million for Lukaku, and plus are willing to offer Ivan Perisic as part of the deal. So you can call it basically a players plus cash deal. So reportedly Inter Milan are willing to offer £30 million plus Ivan Perisic as part of the deal, so they can get the pursuit of Romelu Lukaku. Now, potentially, we do know that Perisic has been on Manchester United's agenda, for quite a long time now. And obviously, reflecting back, when we had Jose Mourinho, obviously, we was heavily linked to Ivan Perisic. But at the time, I think we had a couple of bids turned down for him, if I can remember rightly. But I think Inter Milan were demanding that they wanted a fee of around £48 million. Manchester United were reluctant to pay that £48 million fee. So obviously, we didn't get a deal over the line for Ivan Perisic. But again, we're not intending on bringing any short-term players to the club. And Ivan Perisic is aging up now. How old is he? He's nearly 30. He's 31 or something like that. But I know he's currently aging up. He's Ivan Perisic. Obviously, he's a Croatian winner. I think he does primarily play on the wing, does Ivan Perisic, and he is a very, very good player. He's Perisic. I wouldn't call him a Galactico player or out like that. I don't think he's world class, Perisic, but he has done pretty well for Inter Milan in his number of years he has been there. So now Inter Milan are willing to offer him as part of the deal, for Romelu Lukaku. Now, talking about Romelu Lukaku, I don't want him at Manchester United, and I think it will be beneficial if we do get rid of him in the summer, because I think we're looking to recoup the initial £75 million they were paid for him, of course, and I think it will help us with our transition. It will help us with our rebuilding process if we get rid of currently Romelu Lukaku. Obviously, our spending spree this summer is going to be £250 million, as you all know, but I think we're cashing for the likes of Lukaku, Pogba, and De Gea. It's going to take our spending spree this summer to around £500 million, of course, but Lukaku, as I said, we paid £75 million for him, plus $15 million in add-ons, which had risen the deal to £90 million. He's still got 3 years left on his contract. He's on about £250,000 a week. But analysing him throughout the course of this season, he's enjoyed a very, very difficult time. Initially lost his place in the team. I know he's got years of experience in the Premier League, under his belt as Lukaku. He's well Premier League proven. His pedigree is very, very good in the Premier League. He scored a lot of goals. Obviously, scored 27 goals in all competitions last season for Manchester United. Did Romelu Lukaku. But yeah, I do really, really like him. He's still got a hell of a lot of development in him. He's only 25 years of age as Lukaku. I think Juventus have also expressed their interest in the player. But yeah, I think we are keen to currently offload Romelu Lukaku. But his first touch, really concerns me. When it comes to playing the big teams, he's a big game bottler. Is Lukaku hasn't got that endless potential, hasn't got that finishing at it. Okay, can sometimes perform better. When he's getting that support up front. Romelu Lukaku, but I do believe we need to currently get rid of him. But what I think we're expected to get rid of around 4 players this summer, maybe 5 players, of course. Obviously, all the players that we do want to leave, of course, we're not going to be able to resolve this problem in one window. It's going to take a couple of windows to address that problem. And yeah, so we are getting a spending spree of around £250 million. Solskjaer has emphasised his targets. Of course, there's a lot of players on his current agenda. A lot of them are young upcoming players, because that's obviously his transfer strategy. Obviously, he's had quite a few meetings, discussing about our recruitment for this summer, as he did say towards the back end of the season, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. But I do believe in the next couple of seasons, our aspirations is going to be fighting for that top 4. We are at least 3 or 4 years off, for mounting any kind of title challenge up. Obviously, though, a lot of money's been invested into the club, since Ferguson's retired. We've seen players come in, we've seen players go. We've had different managers with different philosophies, and a hell of a lot of money's been spent at the club. And obviously, on this squad is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, so he's still in the process of rebuilding, of course. course. I don't know if Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's got the stature to command us in that position where I want to be. But if this bad vein of form continues going on into next season, I will criticise him and I will want him out of the club. But we haven't got the structure, to keep sacking managers because it went really, really well when he was the interim manager in his first 3 months. It went really, really well. But yeah, if he goes wrong next season, I will want him out of Manchester United. But he hasn't really got the experience as a manager, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as I think you all know, not to the highest level, hasn't really won out, of course. But we've got to give him the summer to spend and see who he can recommend, to come to Manchester United. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. So yeah, definitely get rid of Romelu Lukaku. But yeah, Inter Milan have come up, with a £30 million bid reportedly, and they're willing to offer, Ivan Perisic as part of the deal, of course. But whether Manchester United are still interested in recommending Perisic in, I do not currently know. And I think Inter Milan are on the verge of appointing Conte as their new manager as well. And yeah, but look, I think Lukaku's been on Inter Milan's agenda, for quite some time now. I think it did initially say a while back that Lukaku's preferred destination, would actually be Juventus. But Lukaku's agent a while ago had revealed that his future is very, very open. And of course, big news in regards to Juan Mata. Now, I think Juan Mata is also, set to leave the club in the summer. The news about him, he's failed to agree a contract extension with Manchester United as Juan Mata. I think it did say we're willing to offer him around a 1 or 2 year extension, of course. But I think reportedly he's set to leave the club. Is Juan Mata. I wanted to stay at least for another season, Juan Mata, because I think he's been very consistent for Manchester United. We know now he doesn't even get in the team, Juan Mata. So obviously now he's a squad player. Obviously he's age 31 now. He has lost that yard of pace. And he's been in the Premier League 5 seasons with Manchester United. He's been in the Premier League 8 years, all in all, including his 2.5, 3 years he had with Chelsea when he was younger, Juan Mata. But I do really, really like him. He has made over 200 odd appearances in all competitions for Manchester United. I think he scored about 50 odd goals. I think provided around 50 odd assists. But I think, recent reports have said that Newcastle have expressed their interest in Juan Mata. Now, reportedly, Rafael Benitez wants to sign Juan Mata. Obviously, Juan Mata, of course, has played under Rafael Benitez, of course, during his time with Chelsea. So maybe Rafael Benitez is keen on reuniting with the player. Maybe he believes Rafael Benitez that, if they get Juan Mata, it can take, Newcastle to the next level, of course. And yeah, so whether he stays in the Premier League, Juan Mata, or he goes to Spain, I do not know. But it still remains uncertain whether Rafa Benitez is going to be at Newcastle next season. But for now, he's identified his interest in Juan Mata. But I think maybe from Juan Mata's perspective, he maybe would want to make the return to Spain, because obviously he's Spanish himself. He had a lot of experience playing in Spain when he was younger. Obviously, with the likes of Real Madrid, where he began his career. Obviously, had 4 years with Valencia, where did Juan Mata. So yeah, I do believe he's currently on his way out of the club. Obviously, I think we are still in negotiations, with his agent and that to try and get him a new contract. But according to what I've seen, he's set to currently leave the club, and he's 31 now. As I said, he has lost that yard of pace. But if he does go to Barcelona, of course, because Barcelona have been in talks to get him on a free transfer, obviously they're not going to see him as a replacement for Messi, and at Barcelona he's just going to be used as a current squad player. So that's the latest news to give you an update on in regards of what's going on with Juan Mata. But this has been another problem for Manchester United. We've let far too many players contracts run down. Obviously we've let Ander Herrera go on a free transfer. Obviously Rashford's in the final year of his deal. We've been in negotiations to get him a new contract, but we have not yet come to an agreement to get him a new contract. Obviously, we've got De Gea. He's in the final year of his deal, and it's looking likely he's going to be leaving. So yeah, we've let far too many players' contracts run down. And to give you the news as well in regards to David De Gea, as you all know, as I've been updating you on a regular basis about David De Gea. So reportedly, Manchester United, reportedly, I think, De Gea is set to leave Manchester United, because it has been blatantly made clear that he's not willing to sign a new contract, because obviously the club are not willing to meet his £350,000 a week wage demands. So reportedly, Man United have been in negotiations for about a year and a half now, to try and get David De Gea a new contract at the club, but obviously, it hasn't succeeded, of course. And David De Gea is in the final year of his deal. Obviously, PSG have been heavily linked to him. Obviously, we do know that Real Madrid have been long admirers of David De Gea. It came out in the press, was it a couple of days ago, saying that De Gea had turned down, or was it yesterday, that De Gea had turned down a final contract offer for Manchester United. So it's looking likely he's going to be leaving. Obviously, it would be beneficial, and it's very, very essential to go with that, that we do cash in for David De Gea this summer, and because it would be a calamity if we let him go on a free transfer next year. I think it did say that PSG are preparing to put a bid in of around £60 million for David De Gea, and obviously the £350,000 a week wage wage demands he's demanding, PSG are willing to currently meet that figure. So I think we could get around 60 or 70 million pounds for him this summer. We know at full value, he's worth around 100 million pounds for the goalkeeper is De Gea, because potentially he is the best goalkeeper in the world, but we're not going to get 100 million pounds to him because obviously he's in the final year of his deal. But he has been a fantastic servant to the club. He's been here 8 seasons now. He has made over 300 appearances in all competitions. As I said, won everything here domestically as De Gea, and hasn't really done much wrong in his 8-year period. He was making costly errors, towards the back end of the season, but I think that was mainly something to do with the contractual situation. I don't see Real Madrid getting in De Gea because obviously they're focusing on getting outfield players and getting deals over the line and stuff. So I don't think he'll go to Real Madrid, even though Real Madrid have been long admirers of him. Going back in 2015, they were on the brink of getting De Gea, but due to a current fax machine, the current deal had never materialised. But I don't think now Manchester United are actually intending on buying a goalkeeper to replace De Gea. I think we are willing, to promote Sergio Romero as our current number one goalkeeper. But we've got other goalkeepers. We've got the likes of Dean Henderson, of course. Obviously, he's been on loan with Sheffield United. Obviously. And I think we're monitoring Dean Henderson's progress. Obviously, we've got the likes of Lee Grant, but I do believe he will currently believe in. Haven't we got the likes of Joel Pereira as well, if I'm currently right. But there has been a few names who could replace David De Gea initially. Obviously, Andrea Onana's been mentioned. Obviously, Pickford's been mentioned in past, obviously, 3 or 4 weeks ago. Atletico Madrid goalkeeper Jano Blanco had been mentioned. So, yeah, it's disappointing, though. It's looking likely, that David De Gea is currently going to be leaving the club. And, so I definitely think he's going to be leaving, but we can get around 60 or 70 million pounds for him. And talking about what was coming out in the media yesterday in regards to who's going to be giving the captaincy next season. Well, initially it did currently say that Manchester United were willing to offer Paul Pogba the captain's armband. Well, Solskjaer was willing to offer Paul Pogba the captaincy, in a bid, to convince him to stay at the club. Now this initially isn't going to be enough anyway, to convince Pogba to stay at the club. But obviously there has been a change of senior reportedly. So now reportedly Man United are only willing to offer Paul Pogba the vice captaincy, and I think the captaincy at Manchester United next season will be Ashley Young, so he's going to be given the captain's armband next season is Ashley Young. Ashley Young of course shouldn't even be at Manchester United. I think he should be gone in the summer, but he won't be, of course. Obviously we give him that new 1 year extension. That was a bad business for Manchester United. So but let's be honest, what leadership has Ashley Young shown? What leadership has Paul Pogba shown? So they are the two favourite candidates to become captain, but we're willing to give Ashley Young the captain's armband because obviously we know Valencia is leaving the club, and we're willing to offer Paul Pogba the vice captaincy role. But as I said, this isn't going to be enough, to convince Pogba to stay at the club. And I think Man United don't even want to lose Pogba. They're refusing, to currently let Paul Pogba go. But if we've got to let him go, I think we're demanding that one around 138 million pounds for Paul Pogba. Initially, we wanted around 150 million pounds for him, but Real Madrid, of course, are not willing to meet that figure. But Real Madrid, of course, are not willing to meet that figure, of course. And he did initially say that Paul Pogba was willing to take a pay cut. He's willing to take a pay cut because initially he did say that his talks between him and Real Madrid had currently stalled, based on his 13 million year wage demands. And reportedly, Real Madrid were not willing to meet his wage demands. He was currently demanding, Paul Pogba. So reportedly now he's willing to take a pay cut. But let's be honest, he's been on Real Madrid's agenda, for quite some time now. Obviously, Zinedine Zidane has got quite a lot of players on his agenda for this summer, but he's obviously identified his two main priority targets, and that's obviously Paul Pogba and of course Chelsea's Eden Hazard, of course. So yeah, I think we could still get around 120 or 130 million pounds though for Paul Pogba, and with that money we could potentially get currently two players. But let's be honest, Paul Pogba hasn't exceeded expectation levels at Manchester United, and he hasn't been the fundamental player as we all thought he would have been, regarding what he did at Juventus, because he had 4 great years with Juventus, did Paul Pogba, but he hasn't exceeded expectation levels at Manchester United, and he has been so inconsistent. Okay, we saw the best of Paul Pogba when he in that 3-month period when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was the interim manager, because obviously he was getting the best out of the likes of Van der Herrera. Paul Pogba Ander Herrera, was, we got the best out of Paul Pogba when Ander Herrera was currently playing. So that just emphasises how much of an impact, of course, Ander Herrera had currently made when he was at Manchester United. And he used to free up Pogba. Pogba was expressing himself. He was scoring goals. He was providing of course. But at least his last 7 or 8 games, he's been so inconsistent for Manchester United. And maybe a couple of the main factor reasons why he wants to leave the club. Maybe he wants to be playing amongst better players to start with. Maybe he wants to be in Champions League football. Maybe he wants to be up there challenging and winning trophies, of course. And obviously, Manchester United can currently not offer him this. So this is maybe a couple of reasons why he may want to leave Manchester United. He has still got 3 years left on his contract. I think Man United have been in negotiations of trying to get him a new contract, of course. And obviously, we do know at least in the last 3 or 4 weeks that his agent has been in the process of trying to secure his dream move to Real Madrid. But yeah, so Zinedine Zidane wants to get him a deal over the line for him. And I think looking at it, basically, Paul Pogba's got to put a transfer request in, to make his move to Real Madrid. But going back last year, he was linked with a move to his former club Juventus. He was linked with a move to Barcelona based on his poor relationship with Jose Mourinho. Paul Pogba. But Paul Pogba's 26. He's in his prime. He has still got a lot of years ahead of him. But I do believe that we do need a current replacement for Paul Pogba. So yeah, I still believe that definitely Paul Pogba is going to be leaving Manchester United. Obviously, giving you an update on in regards to Wan-Bissaka from Crystal Palace. Now, as I've updated you on a regular basis, to be quite honest, because obviously reports came out yesterday saying that Manchester United had submitted a bid of around £25 million for him. Obviously, this figure isn't going to be enough, to convince Crystal Palace to offload the player, because Crystal Palace want around £50 or £60 million. That is the quoted fee. Obviously, Wan-Bissaka has been subjected to a lot of transfer speculation, because obviously the likes of Tottenham have been interested in him. Obviously, Manchester City have been interested in Wan-Bissaka. But I do believe he'd be the right solution for Manchester United, and I think he'd be fantastic at the right back position. He'd be a good replacement for Valencia and all that. He'd be a good cover up for Diego Dalot. He'd be a good upgrade to Ashley Young, and he's only very, very young. He's 21 years of age. Is Wan-Bissaka, only 21 years of age. Got a hell of a lot of development in him. Obviously, I think if he comes to Manchester United or wherever he goes, if he does leave, it will take his career to the next level, of course. But so far, he has spent the entirety of his career with Crystal Palace as Wan-Bissaka. Obviously, only been in their senior squad for about 15 months, but he has done really, really well. Initially, Wan-Bissaka started as a winner when he was a lot younger, but now obviously he's a right back. He has got 3 years left on his contract as Wan-Bissaka, and yeah, 3 years left on his contract. But I think he's regarded as one of the best right backs in the Premier League, and I think he's got his defensive capabilities are very, very good. So reportedly, Manchester United are heavily linked to him. But yeah, Crystal Palace want around 50 or 60 million pounds for him if they are willing to do any business for Wan-Bissaka. And talking about, Nicolas Pepe, we heard good news about him, coming out in the media last week, was it? The Lille boss has confirmed that Nicolas Pepe will be departing Lille this summer. Obviously, he's been on Manchester United's agenda, because it did literally say that Manchester United have been in talks with Lille. Man United have been in talks with Lille to currently sign Nicolas Pepe. He's attracted interest, from quite a few clubs. I think initially he's rated at around 69 or 70 million pounds. I think it did say Man United would line up a move for him of around 45 million pounds, Nicolas Pepe. But looking at it, he's the obvious candidate for that right wing, because obviously he's primarily a winner. But I think if he came to the Premier League, it would be the next step for him. He'd exceed expectation levels in the Premier League, because he's been absolutely fantastic in France, especially with Lille. He's been at Lille a couple of seasons, and so far he has spent the entirety of his career with France, and he's only 23 years of age. But I do believe he's got all the capabilities and the attributes, to currently succeed in the Premier League as Nicolas Pepe. So yeah, I do really, really like him a lot, of course, and he's still got a hell of a lot of development in him. I think he's attracted interest, from the likes of Arsenal. They've been linked to him in the last couple of months. Liverpool have been in for him, Bayern Munich have been in for him, PSG have been in for him. I think Real Madrid have also expressed their interest. So there's a number of clubs that are interested in Nicolas Pepe. So I do believe he's going to be leaving, as the Lille boss has confirmed, but his next destination remains uncertain at the moment from what I've currently seen. But obviously is the obvious candidate for the win. But got goals in him, got assists in him, got immense talent, so I'd love him at Manchester United. And obviously, talking about Borussia Dortmund's Jadon Sancho, of course, I think our move now is in serious jeopardy, for Jadon Sancho this summer. Even though it did reportedly say yesterday, as I think I give you an update on saying that Manchester United fans, some Manchester United fans, should I say, are convinced that Jadon Sancho's summer transfer is back on to Manchester United in the summer, reportedly. After obviously, Borussia Dortmund announced their 2 signings. Obviously, they got Thorgan Hazard from Borussia Mönchengladbach, and they got Julian Braun, of course. And obviously, I think they are potentially both winners, even though I think think Julian Brandt can play as an attacking midfielder. Now, I think with these two coming in, he's got some Manchester United fans, convinced that Jadon Sancho will leave Dortmund this summer. But I think, we're not going to get Jadon Sancho anywhere. I think the main factor reason why is because obviously, with our failure to get in a Champions League football for next season, and a player of Jadon Sancho's calibre wants to be in a Champions League football. So I think Jadon Sancho is still intending on spending at least another season with Borussia Dortmund. He has been an integral part of Borussia Dortmund's team. He has been fantastic, but I do believe if he came back to the Premier League, Jadon Sancho, it would create a better platform for him. I think it would help him with his developing process, of course. But I think he's intending on staying with Borussia Dortmund. And it did say Manchester United were willing to initially pay his £100 million valuation, of course. And we're willing to pay that because we've got the financial power to currently meet that. But I think Jadon Sancho is willing to stay at Borussia Dortmund. So I don't see Jadon Sancho coming in. Obviously, he has been the club's number one priority target, Jadon Sancho, for a very, very long time. But obviously now I don't think he's our number one target anymore, and I think we've actually identified Napoli's Koulibaly as our current number one target. Obviously, Koulibaly's been on Manchester United's agenda now for quite some time. Obviously, the rumours do continue to position linking Koulibaly with a move to Old Trafford. Obviously, the process started about this Koulibaly scenario. When we had Jose Mourinho, of course, last year. That's when the process had started. But obviously, we didn't get our number one targets last summer because the board weren't backing the signs that Jose Mourinho, wanted to recommend to come in to the club. But it did, let's just say, according to reports from Italy a couple of days back, saying that Manchester United had reportedly had a bid of around £95 million turned down for Koulibaly. We had 3 bids turned down for Koulibaly last year. I also think we had a £95 million bid turned down for Koulibaly last year. But I do really, really like him, highly experienced, 27, nearly 28 years of age. And recently, Carlo Ancelotti regarded him as one of the best centre-backs in the world. But obviously, we'd have to break the world transfer record to try have any chances of getting a deal over the line for him. So we'd probably have to come up with a bid of around 120 or 130 million pounds at least, to convince Napoli to do any business for him. But he holds his line very, very well. His distributions are very, very good, and he's been fantastic. And he's been at Napoli 5 seasons. I think he's made over 200 odd appearances in all competitions. He is under contract with them till 2023, but I do believe he's got all the capabilities and the attributes, to currently succeed in the Premier League, and he definitely, exceed expectation levels. But I want us to get a central defender in, a world-class central defender, and Koulibaly, would fit the Manchester United agenda fantastically well, and he'd be a great leader in our backline alongside Victor Lindelof. So I do believe now he's the club's number one priority target. The good news is I think Rojo's going to be leaving the club, which is good news. I think Solskjaer wants to get rid of him. Rojo's sustained a very, very difficult time at Manchester United, based on, the amount of injuries he has sustained, and it's taken its toll on him, and he hasn't really been given the opportunity. Darmian, I think he's also going to be going, which is very, very good news. I think he's actually linked with a move back to Italy because he had quite a bit of experience under his belt in Italy when he was younger. Obviously, we got him in 2015, from... we got him in 2015 from Torino. Did we? Yeah, we did for just over £12 million. But he's enjoyed a very, very difficult time at Manchester United as Matteo Darmian. So we could get around £30 million, for Rojo and Darmian. Smalling and Jones, I don't think they should be here next season, but they are going to be. Obviously, it's bad business for Manchester United giving them new long-term contracts. Obviously, Smalling's been here 9 seasons. Jones has been currently here 8 seasons. As you all currently know, that guys just put this on charge. As you all currently know, Jones has been here 8 seasons, Smalling's been here 9 seasons. Look, comparing, I think Smalling is a better defender than Phil Jones, but, still, I still think they both do currently need to leave the club. Obviously, talking about Daniel James, as I give you my current update earlier on about Daniel James. Reportedly now, as we all know, Manchester United, he's going to be Manchester United's first signing this summer. Is Daniel James, but now the move could be currently delayed for quite a bit. Obviously, the news has come out in the media today that Daniel James' father has currently passed away. So I think this is actually made him withdraw from the Wales camp. Based on his father passing away. But I think it initially said yesterday that the initial fee has actually not come to an agreement yet. The personal terms have been agreed, but I do believe anyway the initial fee will be around £15 million. I should believe if add-ons are included, it might rise it up to around £20 million. But Daniel James, as I said, is a surprise solution. He's a low expectation. He's a cheap acquisition because looking at it from a financial point of view, he is available he is a cheap alternative. Is Daniel James, but we know the stories broke out about this early on this month that Man United were close to agreeing around a £15 million deal for him. I think his preferred destination is Manchester United, from his own perspective, because as you all know, Brighton had come in at the final hurdle for Daniel James. But if, as I said, from his own perspective, he wants to make the move to Manchester United. But has he got the ability? Has he got the minerals, to make it to the highest level? Because obviously he hasn't played to the highest level yet. Obviously, he is a Championship player, but can he meet expectation levels in the Premier League? And that is the question. Daniel James has still got a year left on his deal with Swansea. He has played over 30 odd games for Swansea this season, but there has been a number of clubs that have been in for him. Leeds nearly got him in January. Obviously, Everton, of course, have been interested in Daniel James. But Daniel James, I've got some reservations about him. He's not very, very good in the air. He's not really good at tracking back. When it comes to his defensive abilities, I've also got concerns. But, in terms of attacking intent, he's very, very good. He's really, really fast on the ball. He's good on the ball. He can also, score goals, Daniel James. And I think he primarily plays as a winner. He's supposed to be more effective on that left-hand side, is Daniel James. You can play him on the right, but supposed to be more effective from that left-hand side. So hopefully he can deliver the goods to Manchester United. But when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was asked towards the back end of the season, about the speculation, linking Daniel James with a move to Manchester United, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer currently refused to comment on it, because obviously Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is aware, with the amount of, with the amount of individuals, that's linked with Manchester United, of course. So yeah, he's going to be definitely our first signing, is Daniel James. But yeah, and that's mainly everything to currently update you on. So the main part of this video was to give you an update on in regards of what's going on with Ligt. Now, reportedly Man United are willing to offer him around, we've improved our offer as it has explained, and we are willing to offer him around 14 million a year, which obviously equates to around £250,000 a week, something like that. Reportedly, this is the wages that Man United are willing to offer him. Reportedly, Barcelona are not currently prepared to meet this figure. So now, reportedly, he could make the move to Manchester United. He is believed to be said that Ligt's asking for more money. His agent Riley Oliver is asking for more money as well. And so I wanted to give you an update on that. Also, I wanted to get as I updated you on, obviously, with the news about Lukaku. Obviously, Inter Milan reportedly willing to offer £30 million to him, and reportedly willing to offer Perisic as part of the deal. So there has been talks about that going on. So anyway, guys, drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribing as always, and take care. God bless, and I'll see you again very soon. Thanks for watching.